Hi, I'm Lisa. I have a husband and 2 children. My children are 4 and 9, almost 9 next week. I work at the local hospital and I am an IT nurse, so I help the doctors and nurses with their IT issues on site. I also volunteer at a couple of organisations, so I'm the President of People with Disabilities at the moment, and I'm also chairing our local Scout committee. So one of my, I guess you could say, interests or hobbies is trying to find easier ways to do things. And so I am really interested in low-tech hacks or life hacks, and I don't think that's a disability thing. I think everybody is interested in ways of making life easier. One of the best tips I got around parenting for the volume of children's toys was to get an old plastic, just a cheap plastic rake. And so I've got one of those that I use to just sweep all the toys into the corner. The other thing that I've invested in is a pickup stick. So I can, if I'm in my wheelchair, I can cruise around and just pick up all the little bits and pieces on the floor. My most recent investment has been a Dyson, which is something I've wanted for years. The idea being that the children even could grab the Dyson, and then because it's cordless, it's light, it's on a bracket just outside the kitchen door, you can grab it 2 minutes and you can pick up the worst of it. So there are a couple of little things that I think make life a lot easier. So the wheelchair I've got now was made for me. It was made in America, and it turns in a very small space, which was the main thing I was looking for. I use my wheelchair usually in the evenings after I've had a shower. I use it when I need to walk long distances in the community. So most of the time it's around the house. I've had prosthetic legs for about 18 years. I've moved over onto the NDIS about 3 years ago, and they gave me a new set of feet that are more advanced. They're much softer and they allow me to walk a lot more easily on uneven surfaces. They do require a lot more use of the muscles in my upper legs, so that has caused me some problems around cramping, and we're still kind of refining that. So for me, prosthetics hasn't been a set and forget experience, and I don't think it is for any amputee. It involves regular visits, regular updates as the new technology comes out. The particular improvements that have really benefited me have been the liners. So the liners are the parts that go inside and cover my stump. They don't look that exciting, but they're actually very high tech. So because of those liners, I am now up to about 12 hours a day on my legs, 7 days a week, whereas even 5 years ago, I was spending a day or 2 a week in my wheelchair. Part of my NDIS funding included new cosmetic covers. So on the West Australian scheme, they used to give us stockings. I used to call them granny stockings. No insult to any grannies watching, but they were very thick, they were beige, and they were quite ugly. However, now that I have my new covers, which are the latest in thing, this fashion for amputees essentially, you can choose from a massive range of colours and designs and styles. So AT to me is anything that helps you with your day-to-day life. I like to think of it as a hack, so any sort of life hacks. And I think that there's a stream of life hacks growing now in the disability community where we're all sharing information about how to better manage, things with, like, I guess in my situation for a mobility disability, but across any type of disability. It's anything really that can make your life easier that's not necessarily part of your physical body.